Hi, welcome to Data Appreciation with Shino. And today, what we're doing is looking at federated queries with BigQuery. So it's a lab on Google Skills and it says 30 minutes. So let's see how we can complete it. So federated, federated queries are queries that are done for external data sets. Here, if we follow this link, you can see here that they are used to establish BigQuery connection API to establish a connection with AlloyDB, Spanner, Cloud, SQL. And your query, you use the external query function to send a query statement to the external database using the database SQL dialect. So let's go back to it. So we'll follow this step by step. First of all, we start the lab. We will launch in with our credits. So we already have our username, our password, our ID, and project region, which is US Central 1. So let's go to open in incognito window. So we sign in with the temporary user account. So we agree to the terms. So let's go back here. So you can see our checkpoints for the lab. So we already have our username in. So we'll go to the navigation menu and we would want to enable or verify the BigQuery connection API. So let's go to the search for the BigQuery connection API. So we come here. Let's close this on the side. So we can either come here or we go through the side. So let's just go through this. So you can see our BigQuery connection API under the cloud marketplace. So we're to enable and verify. So it has been enabled. So after it's enabled, what do we do next? We'll click on. So now we're going to now create a connection. We can see we don't need to click on enable since it has been enabled already. API is enabled. So it's right here. API is enabled. So the next thing we'll do is to create a connection to AlloyDB. Now AlloyDB is a fully managed PostgreSQL compatible database service by Google Cloud designed for demanding high performance transactional and analytical workloads. It delivers up to 4 times faster transactions and 100 times faster analytical queries than standard PostgreSQL. So it features a 99.9% availability and built-in AI vector capabilities and automatic storage scaling. So back to our lab, we would go to our navigation menu. We'll navigate to BigQuery and then Studio. Navigate to BigQuery and Studio, which is right up here. So next, we would under the Explorer, we'll click on Add Data. Welcome. So done. Let's try to close this. add data. Okay. Explorer. Click on add data now. So in the flyout on the left under the data source type, we select database, selected databases. So the next thing we will do on the right of the flyout under feature databases, we click the card for Google Cloud AlloyDB. So we go to Google Cloud AlloyDB. Here it is. So in the resulting selection, we'll click on Google on BigQuery Federation. Click on BigQuery Federation. Is this BigQuery Federation? So in the flyout, in the external data source entry screen, we'll put in connection type AlloyDB, connection ID AlloyDB weblog. So let's go back there. Region is US Central 1. The US Central 1, not Iowa, just US Central 1. Okay, so that's our only selection option. Then we leave blank friendly name, we leave blank description. Encryption is default. Our username is Postgres. Our password copy. And then our database is Postgres. So our AlloyDB instance would copy this. Then we can now create a connection. So you can see our connection has been created. So let's check our progress. So our second task is to set the IAM permissions for the connection service account. So in BigQuery Explorer panel, we'll expand the entry that is the project for the lab. So expand project that is. So what we'll do next is we'll expand entry called connections. So this is entry called connections. So we'll click on the entry we just created, which is the AlloyDB. The details of the connection will appear on the main panel on the right. We copy the entry listed for the service account ID. So you have something like service number at GCP. So let's look for our service account ID. Find the entry connections. ID. From the let's see if we copied it. From navigation menu, we go to the IAM and admin and select IAM. From here, navigation menu, IAM and admin, IAM. Then click grant access in blue. Then for new principals, paste the connection service account ID you copied in step 3. For the navigation menu, for the new principals, paste the connection service account you copied in step 3. Select your role in the filter area that appears. Enter AlloyDB. Scroll down to find AlloyDB. Okay, sorry, email addresses. I think there's a mistake here, so let's go and select the correct account ID. Let's go back, select our correct account ID. Oh, sorry, here's the account ID. Let's go forward and grant access. Then select a role, AlloyDB. So we're told to pick AlloyDB client. Then, then click add another role. Add another role. In the filter, we enter BigQuery and find BigQuery connection user. Find BigQuery connection user. It is BigQuery connection user. So the next thing we do is to click the save at the bottom of the screen. So we updated our policy, and then let's check our progress. It's currently AlloyDB, current role to the AlloyDB service account. Grants the AlloyDB current role to the AlloyDB service account. So now change the BigQuery connection user. Save. I think we have AlloyDB admin, have the BigQuery admin, have the BigQuery connection user, AlloyDB clients. So AlloyDB clients here. AlloyDB clients and BigQuery connection users. AlloyDB clients. I think I made a mistake there. So we've corrected that. So now we're going to see how we're going to run a federated query from BigQuery. In this task, we're going to run a query combining the symbols customer information in BigQuery with their weblog information and AlloyDB. In the Studio console navigation, we navigate to BigQuery Studio. In BigQuery Classic Explorer, we expand the entry that is the create ID for the lab. So let's go back to the navigation menu, go to BigQuery, and then go to Studio. So from this, we're going to expand the entry connections. So we're going to click the three vertical dots to the right of the connection and select query. So this is our connection. Go to now click on query. So we're going to update the query by replacing the select statement in the external query portion of the query with the following code. So don't replace the entire query, only the portion within the external query block that is between the quotation marks. So we go back. So this is the portion within the quotation marks. And so it's saying the policy has updated. It will take a few minutes for these changes to become active. So we'll click on run and the return data from AlloyDB, even through you are in BigQuery. Because the external data we're querying. So run. So these are return results from symbol. Shows that our query is running. We'll now extend the query to combine the data in BigQuery native tables with the data in AlloyDB. We're going to replace the current query with the following code. With log as select customer ID, log ID timestamp URL from external query, select customer ID, cast log ID variable character 200 as log ID timestamp URL from log. So let's do that. We just copy it, then we place it here. If you have it in SQL, you have to clear. So we have just to delete this and paste this. We'll now click on run, and we'll now see that the return data combines AlloyDB and data in BigQuery together. So it always gets a pro tip when you're running the custom. So here's our results. Then we check our progress. So what we've done today, we've configured and used the BigQuery external connection to allow BigQuery to access and process data stored in AlloyDB. Thank you very much. So what we do now is to end our lab, manage resources. So always make sure you tell how satisfied you are. And then you have any additional comments, so you could just say in the explore or anything you know that could make them make the lab better. We can also go back here, close this. Thank you very much.